Have you ever heard of a genius who vanished into thin air, taking secrets with him that could have changed the world? This isn't a movie plot. It's the true story of Ettore Majorana, an Italian physicist whose brilliance was compared to Galileo and Newton. In 1938, he disappeared without a trace, and with him, his groundbreaking research. What did he know? And who might have wanted his discoveries to disappear? Let's travel back to the 1930s, a time of immense scientific excitement and rising political tension. In Rome, a group of brilliant physicists, known as the Panisperna Boys, were making incredible breakthroughs in nuclear physics. Their leader was the famous Enrico Fermi, but even Fermi admitted there was someone far more brilliant among them, Ettore Majorana. Majorana was a quiet, reclusive genius. He would scribble complex equations on cigarette packs, solve problems that stumped everyone else, and then, astonishingly, refused to publish his findings. He wasn't interested in fame or recognition. He was driven purely by the pursuit of knowledge. He was so advanced that his colleagues often struggled to even understand his ideas. He developed a revolutionary theory about a new kind of particle, one that is its own anti-particle. Today, we call these Majorana Fermions, and they are at the heart of cutting-edge quantum computing research. But back then, it was just one of many revolutionary ideas he kept mostly to himself. In early 1938, something changed. Majorana, who had always avoided the spotlight, suddenly published a major paper and accepted a prestigious professorship in Naples. It seemed like he was finally ready to share his genius with the world. But just a few weeks later, everything fell apart. On March 25, 1938, Majorana boarded a boat from Naples to Palermo. He had sent two strange letters beforehand. One to his family, hinting at suicide, and another to a colleague, which he later retracted in a telegram saying he was coming back. He was seen on the return trip from Palermo to Naples, but after that, nothing. He was never seen again. The official investigation was brief and concluded with a verdict of suicide. But for those who knew him, this explanation never felt right. Majorana was a devout Catholic, and suicide was a grave sin. Plus, there were too many inconsistencies. Why retract the suicide note? Why book a return ticket? His family, especially his mother, refused to believe he had taken his own life and spent years searching for him. The disappearance of a brilliant scientist was strange enough. But what makes the Majorana case truly fascinating is what happened to his work. After he vanished, many of his most important notebooks and papers disappeared too. This wasn't just a few scattered notes. We're talking about research that could have been decades ahead of its time. So, where did it all go? This is where the story takes a dark turn into the world of state secrets and military ambition. Remember, this was 1938. The world was on the brink of World War II, and the race to build an atomic bomb was secretly beginning. Majorana's work was directly related to nuclear physics. Could he have understood the terrifying potential of atomic energy before anyone else? Some historians and scientists believe that Majorana, a deeply moral and sensitive man, was horrified by the military implications of his own discoveries. Did he realize his work could lead to a weapon of mass destruction and decide he had to stop it? This theory suggests his disappearance was a deliberate, active way to remove himself and his dangerous knowledge from a world racing towards self-destruction. Then there's the more sinister possibility: state intervention. Could a government, either Italy's fascist regime under Mussolini or even Nazi Germany, have seen the military value in Majorana's research? It's a chilling thought. Imagine secret agents, realizing the potential of his work, either kidnapping him to force him to work on their weapons program or silencing him permanently to prevent their enemies from getting his knowledge. While there's no direct proof, the circumstances are suspicious. Key documents related to the investigation were classified. Witnesses reported seeing people who looked like Majorana in monasteries in Italy and even in Argentina after the war, fueling speculation that he had gone into hiding, perhaps with the help of the church. The scientific community was deeply divided. Enrico Fermi, his mentor, famously said, "Ettore was too intelligent. If he has decided to disappear, no one will be able to find him." This suggests Fermi believed Majorana had orchestrated his own vanishing. Others, however, pointed to the missing papers as evidence of a cover-up. The disappearance created a void in physics. Questions he was working on went unanswered for decades. His theoretical particle, the Majorana fermion, was largely forgotten until the 1970s, when scientists rediscovered its importance. Think about it. A crucial piece of physics that could be key to the next technological revolution was lost for nearly 40 years. What other breakthroughs were lost in those missing notebooks? The silence surrounding Majorana's most sensitive work is perhaps the most compelling piece of the puzzle. Why were his most advanced nuclear theories the ones that vanished? In the post-war era, many German and Italian scientists were secretly recruited by other countries, like the United States and the Soviet Union, for their expertise. Is it possible Majorana was one of them, living out his life under a new identity, his work co-opted for a secret Cold War project? In 2015, the Rome Attorney's office reopened the case after a witness claimed to have met a man fitting Majorana's description in Venezuela in the late 1950s. They even had a photograph. After analysis, investigators concluded there was a high probability the man in the photo was indeed Ettore Majorana. The case was then closed, with the official theory being that he had voluntarily gone into exile. But this conclusion raises more questions than it answers. If he was alive, why did he never contact his family again? Why did he abandon science? And what happened to the rest of his revolutionary research? The story of Ettore Majorana is more than just a mystery. It's a cautionary tale about the burden of genius and the moral responsibility of scientists. Did he see the future of atomic warfare and choose to walk away from it all? Or was he a pawn in a much larger game, his brilliance becoming a prize in the ruthless politics of the 20th century? We may never know the full truth. His story serves as a haunting reminder that sometimes the greatest discoveries can carry the heaviest price. What do you think happened to him? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoy diving into history's greatest mysteries, make sure to subscribe for more.